Okay, so what has been my progress in these 4 months in my German? Well, that's actually quite easy. So I've been actually learning some quite amount of actually big amount of words, but it's still I keep learning words and I keep learning words and I keep learning words, and it feels like, bro, there's like a lot of fucking words in German, and one of the things that is just kind of really annoying in German is just those separable verbs. So you know for a fact that you can literally put a verb and you can separate the first part of the verb and put it on the at the end of the sentence, and I feel like I haven't really I haven't really understood how that works just because I'm not doing as much immersion as I would like, because I don't have as much time as I would like, and because also like I'm going to be honest, like I'm not putting as much effort as I could. Right, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Today is my day of rest, and today I'm just not really going to study German. I study German for like 3 to 4 hours daily for 6 days, and then I have this day, which is my day of rest. And lately, yes, I have been doing things that are more efficient. So, for example, recalling sentences that I have studied in order to basically be able to say that sentence, and it has been working. I have also started using mnemonics like from 2 to 3 weeks ago, more or less, and basically that also helped me in order to basically memorize things. And basically, whenever I see a word that I don't know now, I start doing a mnemonic of that word just because it's way easier to memorize things that way. And something that I think people mistake about mnemonics is just that they basically make you do less repetitions in order to learn that word, right? In order to remember that word. So you know for a fact that in order to, in order for basically in order for basically you to learn each word, we need to like 20 to 30 repetitions or something like that, even more, in order to basically even be able to say it without really thinking about the word. So the problem with that is that basically we don't really have the time to do like 20 to 30 to 50 repetitions of the word usually. And so basically the mnemonics reduce that amount of time, that amount of repetitions that you need. So basically, if you visualize a mnemonic really good and you basically create that story, and that story is literally the fastest story for that word in specific, you will need like 5 repetitions in order to learn the word. It's literally simple as that. And even sometimes I feel like you can literally just do 2 repetitions and you learn the word. Yeah, I've been doing those things. My amount of vocabulary right now, I feel that I have like a 95% of comprehension, but still there's some times in which there's those separable verbs, and those separable verbs are just like really annoying because I don't understand it most of the time. But I feel like that's just I haven't just because I haven't done really as much immersion, and I haven't really studied as much sentences with those separable verbs. Yes, I have, but like still I don't know the exact moment in which I should do that thing. And I feel like my amount of vocabulary right now it's just maybe 9,000, 10,000, something like that. I've been trying to learn 2,000 sentences in order to be able to like speak those sentences. I've been doing some recalling, as you know. I also do really I also do a lot of listening. I also study sentences from the videos that I want to learn from. And also, I've been noticing that if I just pay attention to a moment to the things that I'm studying, so for example, let's say that I don't know, I put everything in German, and you just literally have to pay attention a bit to the things that you are seeing in the menu in order to basically understand it, because because most of the time it's just really similar to English, right? So that's actually a very good point, because sometimes some days I just learn like 200 words or something like that, and that's actually really good too. In order with my output, I think that I think that that conversationally I'm going to make it for my 6 month challenge. I think that conversationally I'm going to make it, right. I actually don't really know about this, but I think so, for the reason that I'm doing more or less 1 hour, 2 hours of shadowing every day. Not shadowing, actually, just saying things in my mouth, just to get that just to get that like that muscle memory, right? I'm just saying things in my mouth. I'm just shouting things also, and Also, doing some recalling of the sentences, right? So that also has been helping me a lot in order to basically be able to output the thing. I don't know if you know this technique, but basically it's just the technique is you watch something in the sentence that you're trying to learn in English. So for example, let's say that I'm trying to learn German, I will watch that sentence uh, in German, that sentence, sorry, that I'm trying to learn in German, I will watch it in English and I will try to say in German what it says here in English. And basically I've been doing that with a lot of sentences, like 200, 300. And by doing that, you end up recognizing more the patterns that you need in order to basically memorize that thing, in order to basically say that thing, right? And if you do it like more than 2 to 3 times, and on top of that, you listen, you shadow, of course, you end up learning the words that you need to say in order to convey this specific meaning, right? So, yeah, I've been doing that too. My listening right now, it's actually pretty good, I think. It's not as good as I would want, of course, but I think it's very good. I think that sometimes I can literally understand a video without really having to pay much attention. Of course, if I go to some video in which the audio is not that good, I will not understand it. But of course, that of course happens in even in my native language. So that is not really a problem. I feel if you were talking about my level right now, I will feel like I'm a V1 almost going to a V2, I will say honestly. And in terms of understanding, right? In terms of outputting, I will say that I'm like a maybe A2 or something like that. But conversationally, if you want to be conversational, you can literally just go to a B1 or maybe a B2 in these 2 months that I have left, right? So yeah, that's more or less my progress. Reading, I'm literally just honestly, like forfeiting. Like I'm not going. I'm surrendering. I'm not going to learn how to read perfectly, especially the books that I want to read, which are the books from Brandon Sanderson in these 6 months. Now that is a goal for this year in specific, but not for 6 months. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm talking about like learning a language conversational fluent in 6 months. Don't talk me about learning how to fucking read a book of 2,000 pages. Like, that's just not going to happen. So that's it. That's my progress. That's my progress for these 4 months. See you next month. Bye.